All right, an athlete named Jim Jacobs was a handball champion who lost his life to leukemia.
And now other handball players are honoring his memory tonight in Los Angeles and raising a little money at the same time. Tom Murray is next with his heartwarming story.
And finally tonight, time to give a hand to a bunch of handballers out at the Los Angeles Athletic Club. They're taking time out to give a hand to an old buddy. Mark Steinis has the story.
You're chasing a moving object with the wrong side of your body. The ball's moving at 70, 80, 90, 100 miles an hour. And you're being asked to change the direction of the ball with the arm and hand that you don't use for anything else on this earth.
It's an equalizer. No racket, no special shoes. Just a glove, a ball, and two hands. Most are only good as their bad one. These guys don't have a bad hand. They're the best in the world at this overlooked sport. They're here to raise money for the Jim Jacobs Leukemia Research Fund. You say, Jim who? Don't worry, you're not alone. The sport that made him a national champion gets little respect. The game of handball has been around for nearly 120 years, and in that time, they've only inducted 20 members into their Hall of Fame. Paul Haber is one such member, and he knows why this game is not getting the recognition it deserves. In his words, it's just too damn hard.
Handball, for the average person, or even the guy who's a decent athlete, is too tough to play. The interest level isn't there.
Yeah, we give them a little static and tell them, hey, you know, put that racket down and come try to play handball. Some do try it and others don't.
Octavio rose from the streets of East LA and elevated his game to a national championship caliber. Being the best at a sport that many really don't care about doesn't bother Savira.
To me, I'm just happy where I'm at. I'm the best in the game of handball, and I mean, whether it was tennis or football, I mean, I couldn't be prouder.
Paul Haber and his father, Sam, are the only father-son combination in any National Hall of Fame. Not too many know that. Not too many know this game. Paul says only handballers appreciate handball, except on this night, when the selective interest of this sport is doing its part to increase the awareness of leukemia patients. I'm Mark Steinis, Channel 9 Sports.
Now, Eyewitness News at 5.
Mike Tyson, we all know the story. He rose to the heavyweight title of the world and is now in an Indiana prison. We know Mike Tyson was a very hard puncher, but we'll also talk now about the man behind Mike Tyson. There's Mike Tyson throwing punches in the ring. Yes, we all know about Mike Tyson, right? But the man behind Mike Tyson is Jimmy Jacobs. I think I've said that already. You know, Jacobs is Tyson's manager, but he was also a heck of a handball player. Watch this. We've got footage now of him winning the 1955 National Championship, and the championship match televised by KTTV. Now, Jacobs died in 1988 of leukemia. Tonight, the Los Angeles Athletic Club handball greats will get together to benefit the Leukemia Society of America. Rick Lozano talked with one of these celebrity stars taking part in the handball benefit tonight.
Actually, I'm going to participate just a very little bit, probably to the point that I'll need CPR, but I'll only be out there for a couple of minutes. And I'm really here to try and lend some support to what I think is a very worthy event. Jimmy Jacobs, everybody knows, was one of the greatest athletes that ever picked up a handball. And it's a sport that, well, being from back east, I kind of lean towards athletes from back east, and he was easily one of the greatest that ever played. I played a lot of football, but this is quite different. It takes a lot out of you, but it's a great conditioning sport. And you can see it's a kind of a game that you can play well into your 70s. Some guys even play into their 80s.
So that's the handball benefit tonight at the Los Angeles Athletic Club.
From KTTV Los Angeles, this is Fox News.
You know, a sport you don't hear much about these days is handball. It seems to be disappearing right along with those who helped popularize it back in the 40s and 50s. But before you count handball out, Gary Apple found some people trying to breathe new life into the sport.
When men like these were growing up, handball was a way of life. During depressed financial times, all that was needed was a little rubber ball and a wall. But times have changed.
What's happening, all the old fellas now we're dying out, and it's going away, and it's a shame.
But the sport is not dead quite yet. There is a new breed trying desperately to keep it alive. Among them, national champion John Bike.
Up until 8 to 10 years ago, it was clearly a dying sport. And there's one group of players who have recognized that and have made an effort to get folks into the game, and that's definitely paying off.
The new breed of handball stars play a more powerful game, a game that has evolved from the city streets into the posh clubs. But if handball is to live, it must learn from its past and listen to the techniques of its crafty veterans.
When you hit the ball, you know, like this one, I learned from Jimmy Jacobs, who taught me to serve. When you serve, you bend your knees and then you run it through here, and that's one way, one roll. I have my other roll that goes over like the majority of it.
And what do you get, a certain spin on the ball?
A spin. This spins, goes that way. If you go over this way, it goes this way as it hits the ground.
What is it like when you see the older guys playing?
I just love that. I mean, that to me, that's the game. My dad's, you know, he's 60 now, and he feels he's still got more to learn. He looks forward to the game. He play another 15 years, and hell, I can play another 50 years. You watch guys like that out there. It's great. And how many other sports can you say that?
Not many, and that's why handball is such a gem, one worth fighting to keep alive. In downtown Los Angeles, I'm Gary Apple, Fox 11 News.